Imagine this. You're 14 years old, barely surviving your third year at school, and suddenly you're forced into a deadly tournament, surrounded by dragons, mermaids, and a graveyard where your worst nightmare comes back to life. Everyone remembers that jaw-dropping moment in Goblet of Fire when Harry Potter's name was drawn from the goblet. Illegally. He was underage. He never entered. And yet the magic was binding. There was no way out. But what if I told you that there's more to this story than just Barty Crouch Jr. and Polyjuice Potion? What if there were deeper motives behind Harry's forced participation? Motives that trace back not only to Voldemort's rise, but perhaps even to Dumbledore himself. Today we're diving deep into one of the biggest mysteries in the Harry Potter universe. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at the Triwizard Tournament the same way again. Let's start by establishing the key anomaly. Harry's name should never have come out of the goblet. The rules were clear. Only students over 17 could apply. Powerful enchantments were set around the goblet to prevent younger students from even submitting their names. And yet, Harry's name was not only submitted, it was selected. The culprit, Barty Crouch Jr., disguised as Alastair Moody. His plan was to rig the tournament so Harry would touch the Triwizard Cup, which was actually a port key. The goal? Deliver Harry straight into Voldemort's trap, where he would be used in the dark ritual to restore the Dark Lord's body. Seems straightforward, right? But here's where it gets murky. If Crouch just wanted Harry as a sacrifice, why not use a simpler method? Why the entire tournament? Why allow Harry to gain glory, respect, and most importantly, experience in facing life or death situations? Unless this was never just about delivering Harry to Voldemort. It was about testing him, forging him, preparing him. Let's break this down from two perspectives: Voldemort's plan and Dumbledore's silence. Voldemort was weak, desperate, and nearly bodiless. He needed three key things for his resurrection: the bone of his father, symbolizing his origin; the flesh of a servant, symbolizing loyalty; and most importantly, the blood of an enemy. Unwillingly given, but not just any enemy. He needed Harry's blood. Why Harry? Because of the connection between them, the prophecy, the shared wand cores, and the protection of Lily Potter's sacrifice. Voldemort believed that by using Harry's blood, he would neutralize that magical protection. He would become untouchable. But here's where the theory deepens. Voldemort could have ordered Crouch to simply kidnap Harry, yet instead, he had him entered into a tournament with deadly trials, publicity, international attention, and multiple opportunities for Harry to die. Why? Maybe it was a twisted form of entertainment. Maybe Voldemort wanted Harry broken, fearful, and desperate before facing him. Or maybe someone else allowed all this to happen. Dumbledore knew something was wrong. He saw the signs: the goblet accepting a fourth name, the targeting of Harry by the press and public opinion, the increasingly dangerous tasks, and yet he let Harry compete. He could have demanded a retrial. He could have insisted on an investigation. But instead, he said, "The rules are clear, Harry. You have no choice." Was this just caution or calculation? What if Dumbledore saw this tournament not just as a threat, but as an opportunity, a way to accelerate Harry's growth, to sharpen him, to expose him to the real dangers of the magical world before the war truly began? It's no secret Dumbledore often placed Harry in difficult situations, from his first year's encounter with the Philosopher's Stone to the Horcrux hunt. Was the Triwizard Tournament just the next phase in that long game? There are several moments in the books that hint this wasn't all as it seemed. The Goblet of Fire itself is an ancient magical object, said to be uncheatable, So how did Barty Crouch Jr. outsmart it so easily? Did the goblet allow the name because deep down it knew Harry was destined for this? The third task, the maze, was designed to be confusing, filled with illusions and magical traps, but it lacked actual lethal danger, almost like it was meant to lull Harry into thinking he was safe before the real horror struck. Dumbledore's behavior after the graveyard. He immediately isolates Harry, blocks him from the press, and tells him to keep the truth secret, almost like he anticipated everything and had a response ready. And then there's the biggest clue of all. The consequences of our actions are always so complicated, so diverse, that predicting the future is a very difficult business indeed. Dumbledore. But what if he did predict it? Let's imagine a different interpretation. The tournament wasn't just a tool for Voldemort, it was a cosmic test, a magical trial that would shape the fate of the wizarding world. Perhaps the goblet itself, a magical artifact older than Hogwarts, recognized Harry as the chosen one. Perhaps fate was pushing events forward, forcing Harry into confrontation. Or maybe the goblet didn't malfunction at all. Maybe it responded to something deeper, something in Harry's blood, his soul, or even the Horcrux within him. And if we go down that road, then the question becomes chilling. Was Harry ever really in control of his own story? In the end, Harry's entry into the Triwizard Tournament may have been more than just a plot twist. It was a symbol of something larger, of how war, prophecy, and manipulation would dominate his entire life. Whether it was Crouch's scheme, Voldemort's strategy, or Dumbledore's silent approval, the result was the same. Harry was pushed into becoming a warrior long before he was ready. But maybe that's exactly what the world needed. So now I turn to you. Do you think Harry was just a pawn in someone else's plan? Or did destiny truly choose him to rise through the fire? Let me know in the comments. And if you made it this far, you're a true Triwizard champion.